With Higurashi Sotsu on the horizon, the newest trailer for the second season of Higurashi was released, and just by watching it, I have a firm theory of what exactly happened to Rena in that first arc. You know, the one where she went. Hi, my name is August and welcome to the August Tale. Here in the channel I cover anime visual novels, but today I'm going to do a breakdown analysis of Higurashi Sotsu's newest trailer. And with that said, let's begin. The very first line Rena says is, "I have to take care of this on my own." If you've read the original visual novel or watched the Studio Dean adaptation, you know that this is implying Rena's desperation. The context is that she's referring to her problem with Rena scamming her father. Who's Rena, you may ask? Why, it's the other disgusting pile of garbage alongside Teppei. But wait, she never appeared in Higurashi Gou, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. After Rena's biological mother abandoned both Rena and her father, both of them were slowly recovering back to happiness. The both of them are living their lives peacefully back in Hinamizawa. With Rena entering the picture, Rena's world was turned into shambles once again, where Rena's happiness is being threatened. As shown by the brooding perspective and the dead eyes from Rena, this implies that this problem has been going on for a while. Rena still puts up a face that reassures her positivity to her friends, but Rena's still deeply distraught based on this short scene in the classroom. And with no other options available to her, she has to take things into her own hands, as she feels it's her problem alone. "I'll give it everything I got, and when I'm finished, when everything is back to the way it was, I'll come back. I promise." Rena, quote-unquote, believes that by killing Rena, she'll eventually regain her happiness. Now remember that point, because I'll come back to this later, as there's extra elements at play here. The next couple of scenes appear to show Rena's upcoming agitation and confrontation towards Rena. We are also shown haunting images of Rena, implying her Hinamizawa syndrome infection reaching the L5 state, the strongest it can be, with her scratching her neck and her unrestrained violent behavior. Now prior to these scenes, we get a small cut of text stating the terrifying answer arcs unfold. Based on this, we can assume that Higurashi Sotsu will be the answer arc of Higurashi Gou. So this next season might be a revisit back to those prior arcs to see what specifically happened. Now based on this analysis and using prior knowledge of the original story, we have gathered a lot of information here. So here is my theory of what happened in Oni Damashi Hen. The biggest part of this theory is that what we first see in Oni Damashi Hen in the first arc of Higurashi Gou is actually depicted later chronologically in the timeline. This fragment or time loop actually begins much earlier, because I believe Oni Damashi Hen isn't just an altered version of Oni Kakushi Hen, but rather a joint arc connected alongside Sumu Horoboshi Hen, the second answer arc for Higurashi Kai, which focuses on Rena. So here, the events of Sumu Horoboshi Hen happens prior to the events we see in Oni Damashi Hen. Rena and Teppei are still scamming Rena's dad out of his money through their blackmail scheme. Rena still hasn't fully mentally recovered from her mother leaving her and her father. She thought she had reattained happiness through living in Hinamizawa along with her dad again, but it all came crashing down once Rena entered their lives. In a fit of rage and anger, Rena convinces herself that she is the only person who can resolve this. In order to prevent her world from being destroyed, Rena is willing to do anything possible to achieve her goal, to get back to those peaceful, ordinary days. And thus, Rena kills Rena and dumps her body in the trash heap. Fast forward a period of time and the events of Oni Damashi Hen begins. Everything seems to be perfectly fine, but then Keiichi learns of the annual Hinamizawa deaths. Rena mistakes this as Keiichi discovering or getting close to discovering Rena's dead body amidst the trash. Her suspicions continue to rise until she can't take the paranoia anymore and she invites himself over to Keiichi's house to kill him. Of course, this is a lot to take in, but we are missing one important factor to the whole ordeal. Satoko. At some point, Satoko convinces Rena to take her happiness into her own hands in exchange for keeping Rika in Hinamizawa, which further propels her desire to kill Rena. In addition, her own paranoia is increased even further when she gets investigated by Oishi. Oishi, you really gotta stop inviting people into your car for AC. Anyway, following Rika, she gets suspicious of the change in events and attempts to find out the truth. At some point, Satoko encounters Rika in their house and attempts to convince her to stay in Hinamizawa. And when she refuses, Satoko kills her right then and there in cold blood before ending herself, ending this fragment. And with all that said, these are my interpretations on what I think might happen. For all we know, I could be wrong on many points. But what are your thoughts? I would love to hear them. Subscribe if you want to see more new content every week. If you are interested, feel free to check out some of my other videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.